It's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's the Glute Guys.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the Glute Guys Network. We are continuing our series on presidents and their fitness, and which president we think is the best, and whether we like their routines or not. So,
the Commander in Sweat quest continues.
We got another big one today, people. This is Honest Abe, the rail splitter, the great emancipator. This man was known for chopping wood, but not only chopping wood, for carrying wood. So this man knew his way around a piece of wood.
He sure did. He was the original carry the logs. Everyone talks about carrying the boats, but Abe carried the logs that made the boat. He's the reason we have boats to carry. And I have to say, I'm going to throw it out there. He was our tallest president, coming in at 6'4" and weighing roughly, I mean, quick Google search before told me 180 pounds before his presidency. And then obviously he weighed actually less during his presidency, which for a guy that tall is pretty lean. I do need to throw it in there. At 180 pounds, legend has it, he was carrying 600-pound logs.
That is pretty dang good. And
now,
honestly,
Google tells me that there were some levers that helped with that too, but still, pretty freaking impressive.
All right, well, let's say like he was just doing a row, or he was just doing like a full body sort of yank. Either way, 600 pounds for a 180-pound person is pretty good, even with levers. Although levers are obviously going to make it a little bit easier. He also was into wrestling. He played an amazing sport called town ball. Was also a big
town ball?
It's an early.
What the heck is town ball?
Early version of baseball. I probably could do more research on it, but I have no idea what a town ball actually is. But they play on the White House.
What if we just like? I think town ball sounds better than baseball anyway. It's like start the MLT, Major League Town Ball.
Major League Town Ball. I actually am sort of interested in what town ball is and whether town ball is still played. I'm gonna go on a limb and say maybe, because I think scrub sports aren't played anymore, and it turns out that they are played.
We're gonna find out.
While Dr. Tom's looking that up, as far as wrestling goes, he had a possibility of 300 victories with only one defeat in a dozen years, which is pretty absurd. I mean, especially for the president, you never expect him to be that much of a beast. Actually, oh wow, didn't even realize this, sir. He's in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Wow. Huh. I mean, he had that one victory. What's the big victory?
Jack Armstrong.
Thank you. He had that one.
Yeah. So overall, summarizing, we got some heavy lifting, just chopping wood, carrying logs. We got some cardio, core, coordination type stuff with wrestling, endurance with just long swimming, town ball, another like coordination type thing. So honestly,
he used to walk for the walking real quick. He used to walk miles to school and was known for having a stamina endurance that would just beat out everybody in his class.
Interesting. So
town ball is still played.
Okay, how many people do you need to play town ball?
I have no idea. It's played in Minnesota and Philadelphia, but I got a feeling that Minnesota hasn't heard about baseball yet.
So maybe one day Dr. Tom and I will play town ball with two of us, even though it might not be possible.
MLT, Major League Town.
We'll start in my front yard.
It started out on the White House front yard, so.
So what do you think, sir? How would you rank the Honest Abe's workout routine?
Am I giving a letter or am I giving approval or disapproval?
Approval or disapproval? Would you
I'll
recommend
give both.
this for
I'm that
people?
Kind of guy.
Wow. Yeah, would you recommend this for people nowadays? Is this a good routine to follow?
Nowadays, I would say it's an approved one. I would say it's an advanced approved. Like, don't go swinging an axe if you haven't done it yet ever in your life. It's really dangerous. You can hit something that's important. So first learn how to swing an axe. But overall, take the axe splitting and everything else. Take the axe splitting out. Just have everything else in there. And it's a pretty solid overall workout. You got some sport that takes some thinking and some coordination. You got the walks and whatnot for the endurance. You got wrestling, which is a really heavy sport. Like, you need almost every muscle in your body to do it. Shout out to the MMA doc, Rich. He was the one teaching us all about that. I would say it's approved. And overall, I would say it's an A. He has pretty much every base covered.
Yeah, I mean, I might want a little bit more strength training, but overall, it seemed like he was just a stallion. Honestly,
Well, that's the thing with like these early presidents, though, man. It's just like they didn't weightlift because the weightlifting was just like the everyday average activities to survive. Like he was splitting logs because he needed to take the log and throw it on a fire so he could stay warm. If he didn't lift the logs, he would die. We don't have to worry about that nowadays.
I think I'm thinking of more so like for his time, obviously he was elite, like probably like an S tier type of thing. But for nowadays, optimizing everything that we do, I wouldn't say it's like 100% optimal. So I wouldn't put that like a S tier type thing. I might make it like a B. I mean, if everyone in our country did all the same stuff that he did, everyone would probably be in pretty good shape. Honestly,
I honestly think that all of America needs to move off of the grid and just go and build a log cabin. That's the other thing we didn't mention. He built log cabins. Build a log cabin and just take the Abe Lincoln fitness routine.
All right, that's it. Glute guys approved. We shall go on to our next president.
Teddy.
Now, Teddy was a handsome man. He's in Night at the Museum, played by. Wow, I'm blanking. I'm blanking on his name.
You're making me sad.
Well, he died. Well, both of them actually died. Rest in peace to both of these people. The actor who I am blanking on the name of and Teddy Roosevelt. But honestly, Abe Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt was also a stallion. He wrestled. He boxed. He hunted. He rode on horseback. He fenced. He rock climbed. He hiked. He engaged in jiu-jitsu. And he even played tennis. Which honestly...
Fun fact, he also went on a 12-mile hike with a young army officers and he refused to let them rest until he proved that he could outlast them.
My goodness.
He was in his 50s.
That's actually crazy. And
that's wild.
The interesting thing with him, too, is it seems like he did all of this physical fitness stuff because when he was a kid, he was sick all the time. So he almost learned the hard way on how important it is to move and get stronger. He had that, I guess, early life. And really, with anybody, if you move, you do better. If you're sick and you don't do anything, you're going to probably get worse. And he was sick. He did stuff. He got better. It actually makes sense. So a lot of people can actually use that same philosophy nowadays. If you have whatever type of sickness or you're just not doing well, you really just need to get yourself going. You need to move. You need to stimulate your brain. The only way to improve is to be active. Maybe see a doctor if it's a more extreme thing. Physician, I should say. Or doctor of physical therapy as well. But overall, keep yourself moving. You'll do better. Look at Teddy here. That man.
He did great, honestly. This is a honestly 10 out of 10 workout, in my opinion. He was one of, if not the most fit president I think that we have. We'll see as we're going along. Right now, he's the most fit that we've ranked so far. Pretty well rounded, and he kept that going all the way until his older age. He just didn't let it stop. Now, if you had to, is this approved or disapproved? I think I know the answer, but what do you think of Teddy?
So let's think about this. Boxing, wrestling, hunting, hiking, that's a lot of cardio. That's a lot of strength. Rock climbing as well. Another huge strength one, jiu-jitsu. I mean, he was basically the MMA president. So overall, very well-rounded, very strong, and no real specific strength training, but all of these things work together are gonna be strength training in and of itself. So I approve for sure. He was actually the first president to get the tennis court put in the White House. So overall, I'm gonna give him maybe an A, maybe even an S. If any one of people in our generation did that entire routine, they'd be in very good shape or just did that many sports all the time.
Yeah, honestly, like he was very incredibly well rounded. Like it wasn't just it wasn't just like manual labor. Like, you know, like Lincoln I would put damn near close to the S tier as well, but a lot of his lifting and strength training came from like the, you know, lifting of logs, where Teddy had a pretty well-rounded workout routine. He was just, you know, everything he was doing was revolving around outdoor fitness, overall health, and he knew that he needed to, you know, continue to strength train as well to keep his body healthy. So I think Teddy definitely beats out AB, but
Yeah.
overall,
Even, I guess, his life philosophy was the strenuous life philosophy. That basically he believed that life should be strenuous. You have to participate in active and engaged existence with hard work and physical activity, which is good for people. I mean, people neglect it nowadays. Everyone's on a desk job. Everyone's sitting at a computer, twiddling their thumbs, not getting up for hours and hours, and then wonder why they get to 60 or 70 and can barely walk down the stairs or, you know, go hang out with their friends or do things like that.
I'm excited to see, and excited and not excited, but I was doing this before because our generation is now the generation of
Yeah, the swipers, the
constant
cameras.
swiping.
Some people.
Where,
Oh, sorry, sir.
yeah, I was gonna say, we get lost in it. Like, you know, all of a sudden you're swiping and it's been 2 hours, and what did that get? I mean, hey, we need entertainment too. I don't want to hate on it. Am I guilty of it? Of course I am. It's 2025.
And some people are
But
late to recording because they were watching an anime show. It happens.
yeah, stop watching our shorts and get out there and exercise. Dr.
Yeah.
Aaron and I don't want to be successful.
Or, you know, put on a long video and put it in the background, do a nice little exercise routine as you're listening to us. If you're, you know,
Did we just advertise in a video?
maybe we did. Or, you know, you're sitting on a toilet, you think to yourself, I'm real bored sitting on this toilet. That's a great time to swipe through our shorts, see what you like. You might see something
Or
fun.
start chopping logs as you're dropping logs.
Yeah, you might learn something. Yeah, you might grow your brain. But that brings us to another one of the most popular, smartest presidents. Actually, I don't even know if he is one of the most popular, but he is one of the presidents. Calvin Coolidge, the 30th president of the United States, also known
He's
as
got some fun things in here.
Yes, also known as Silent Cow, because he had a reserved demeanor and preferred artificial horses to the real thing.
That was one of the big things I read too. He put the mechanical horse, so this way he didn't have to go outside all the time. He could stay indoor and ride. Hell, I don't want to ride my horse in the rain. Give me a mechanical horse. Let's go.
So he rode the horse, in his opinion, in order to lose weight and improve his liver function. Now, is that plausible? Does it make sense to ride a horse to lose weight? Believe it or not, it can actually help because you're going to be burning calories just trying to maintain yourself on that horse. Improve liver function. I mean, maybe you're burning calories. Maybe you can improve your liver function by keeping your body moving. As far as I could tell, I didn't see a lot on Coolidge's exercise routine, but honestly, I just thought it was so funny that he spent so much time riding horses and fake horses that I feel like we had to put him in here.
We have to. I mean, there's a couple other things too. He enjoys walking. I feel like every president loves walking. You know, they put their hands behind their back and they walk out into the White House yard. They all do that. Fishing was the big one for Calvin as well. Every president also seems to like wrestling. It popped up for him as well when I was doing some research. But the fun one was he always made sure that he got his vitamin D. And Dr. Aaron, do you know how he got his vitamin D?
I'm going to assume that he had an artificial sun over his artificial horse.
No, instead he took an artificial loincloth, and he went to the roof for his morning sunbaths on the White House roof. Yeah, just with a little good old artificial loincloth.
My goodness.
For health and vigor. Yeah, imagine you walk outside in like the 1920s, and all of a sudden you see, is that the president? butt naked on the roof, sunbathing. Like, Cal? Like, imagine. Cal, what are you doing?
There's Silent Cal up there again. You see the little kid right there. Daddy, is that his ball sack?
Hey, it was for his health and vigor, I read online. And
Well,
whatever gets your daily dose of vitamin D in, but that's the first president who included vitamin D in their fitness routine. So I think that at least bumps it up at least a half a letter
let's say there were a few presidential balls at the White House.
grade. Held on the roof every morning.
So what do you think, sir? Do we approve or disapprove of this man's exercise routine?
I love the routine, but it's a disapprove. He didn't really do much other than he rode some horses, he wrestled. Don't get me wrong, I love the fishing.
But
And he definitely put that loincloth to good use.
sir, the horse was able to simulate different speeds: a trot, a gallop, a walk.
So my question is, was his morning routine like, all right, hang on, let me put on my loincloth and go and sunbathe and then immediately ride my horse after?
Three times a day.
Was he just riding this with a loincloth? Because
This
then we might have to approve it.
This man would sign a declaration while on his electric horse. I don't think that's true. Don't listen to me.
There's nothing more. He's just a baller.
Yeah.
Like, sure, there's war's gonna break out unless you sign this treaty. Be like, all right, bring it here.
There have been way too many talks of balls with Calvin Coolidge here.
And that's why it's probably disapproved.
Yeah. Sorry, President Coolidge. We're going to have to disapprove. We'll have to wrap it up there tonight, people. We have
I think that just finally shows that Dr. Aaron and R's brains have finally gone to mush.
There's nothing left, people. This is our last podcast. We're barely surviving.
Probably.
Calvin Coolidge. We'll wrap it up there. Just to recap, we got Honest Abe approved. We got our buddy Teddy Roosevelt approved. But our buddy President Calvin Coolidge disapproved. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a nice night.
Aaron, I'll call you and make sure that you're keeping up with your morning routine.